the off chance anybody is here already, I will be starting momentarily. Just gotta do something real quick. So, if you are just dropping in, just hang tight. Okay. All right, it is 3:47 p.m. in Chicago, and I am Planet Jane, and I am turning up the game volume a little bit so that way people can actually hear it when I play it. What a crazy concept. And there's the game. Although that is the settings menu, not anything. Wow, I can actually. Oh, that's super weird. I can actually control it while I have it minimized. I'm not gonna do that because there's no reason to, but that's very strange. Anyway, yeah. Wow, I have a -6 streak on this save file, which I stole from somewhere off the internet. And also, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of Eden tokens. It's like 9 million. Am I reading that right? I think I am. Yeah, because it's 2, 4, 7 digits. That's ridiculous. Well, why don't we burn one of those and do an Eden run? Nobody is here in the chat right now. That's fine. I don't know if anybody's going to show up. Now, hold on. Why do I have, like, a beard? That's weird. I might have forgotten to turn mods off, which is going to be a real fun experience if I'm correct about that. Oh no, Eden can just have a beard. I forgot about that. Anyway, we got Tech 10, like, right off the bat, so this is going to be a good run, I'm going to guess. If you don't mind me making bold predictions. But, yeah, if nobody shows up live, which, you know, wouldn't be that weird because it's a fucking Tuesday afternoon, I'll just pop this up on YouTube and have a random Isaac video. I like to do those every now and again. Although, between this and, like, probably shortly forthcoming Super Mario Maker content, I do run the risk of just copying Northern Lion's entire docket, but, you know, they say imitation is the greatest form of flattery. People who have never been stolen from say that, probably. I imagine that's not a thing that, like, fucking, you know, trying to think of, like, a popular rock, like a rock band that had their style copied by many other people, but I could not do that. And that, friends, is the risk of going for a joke that has, like, too narrow of a possible target. What is this? A card against humanity. What a terrific item. And we get Ghost Baby, which is, like, legitimately not very good at all, but actually probably worth significantly less than the card against humanity, unless you are low on damage to a frightening degree. But, you know, I'm not going to complain, because we got Tech 10, Tech X, whatever designation you want to give it. in our first item room, and we only had to pay a bomb to use the reroll machine to get it. So, like, we're probably set for the rest of the game, barring some kind of catastrophe or me just playing exceptionally poorly. Both of which are possible, but neither of which is, like, a given. And I'm getting, like, a little framey in here. That's weird. Maybe it's just my imagination. It's occasionally hard to tell, like, my girlfriend's gaming rig has a slightly unusual screen size, and everything looks a little bit weird to me on it. Well, I'm not going to take the Shadow, because it's not very good. Definitely take the Pact. Is it very good? Like, I don't even feel comfortable saying that about anything in Isaac anymore, because I take hiatuses from this game that are, like, months long at this point. And, you know, maybe there's been some patch, and now the Shadow is the best item in the game. Or maybe that was Judas's Shadow, which actually is very good, now that I think of it, but, like, oh well. This is not a run I'm going to be penalized for making poor decisions in. And maybe that's unfair, but if you're going to be upset about injustices in the world, there are more, like, pressing ones to be mad about than the uneven distribution of random number generation on a Binding of Isaac seed. I actually do something that's secret. Bum, bum, bum. Copy. Tab over to here. No. Here. No, don't fall off my lap, controller. I do not want you to break. Stop for ba. Does anyone wanna stop by to watch me play video games? Link. Hell yeah. 100 out of 10 advertising. My SEO is off the charts. Mr. Google himself is ringing my phone and wants to know my location. Not because he wants to hire me or anything like that, but because I am now a competitor and must be taken off the map. And he knows I will not respond to reason or to buyouts, so I must therefore be killed by the Lagoon Company. I don't know what I'm saying. I've had this thing live for like 10 minutes. I feel like I've already lost the plot. But that's a consequence of very good runs. You don't have to worry about the actual game very much. God, can you believe that there are people that do this for a living? That wouldn't be bad, honestly. Like, ideal careers. Which player would be up there? Like, you know, people always say that there's not a lot of financial stability in it. I actually don't want that, because I think it makes it more likely to get Angel Wounds. That there's, like, not a lot of financial stability. And that might be true, but that only matters if you, like, are happy enough doing what you want, like, what your job is, that you can enjoy that stability in the first place. Maybe that's backwards thinking, and maybe I'll feel differently in 5-10 years. Who knows? I actually forgot that you could abuse Curse of the Maze to get into item rooms for free, but, you know, whatever. We're not hurting for keys. Bomberman. Yeah, I'll take this. Wacha. Take a sip of my water. That's right, I have water today, no soda. That's not actually true. I have soda in the fridge. I'm just not drinking it right now. 69, nice. I feel like on a run like this we can afford to stock up the donation machine rather than withdraw from it. You treat that thing like a bank, really. Or like a personal savings account. Because other people use banks. Nobody else uses your donation machine unless you share a profile with somebody on Isaac, in which case I guess at least one other person does. Or if you're playing co-op, that's another thing. Mom's Knife, huh? That would make things a little bit too easy, I think, so I'm just going to take Dark Matter, which, mind you, is still, like, a ridiculous improvement to our already very good run. I'm not even going to bother going down there, because whatever it could be, I don't care. It's just not that important. Sure, give me a new look. I'm a floating, angry demon man. Stay a while and listen! See, because I kind of look like Cain. Diablo. It's a very good joke that I've made. Speaking of jokes, we got a Joker card now. I will save that for the boss rush room. Okay, Addicted is not good. Friends Till the End is fine. That's another Addicted pill. Alrighty. Because we'll probably make it to the boss rush room at the rate we're going, and with this card, we can just swipe an item and leave, as opposed to having to do the whole thing. We'll be sneaky like that. People think that being sneaky is immoral. Sometimes they're right, but, like, not in cases like this. Sometimes you gotta sneak to get the best things out of life. Sneak to survive, which also feels like it should be the title of, like, a forgotten but very good underground rap album from New York in the 90s, but I'm not sure if it actually is. And it would probably be, like, Sneak, like, the numeral 2 survive. Because that is how things worked back then, and, you know, you just kind of didn't question it. It was the prevailing wisdom. That might have something to do with, like, Nation of Islam stuff, actually. I'm not really sure. This is interesting. Is this Epic Fetus? Or I think this is just a regular, yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, this makes our run more dangerous, but also a lot of fun. Because we can just spit cross bombs out of our face. Which is, I'm going to go ahead and say, extremely cool. And good. We just need to be careful. Now, there is a problem, which is that being careful is not my strong suit. But I think we'll make it work. I probably should have considered the fact that I have cross bombs before I picked up Dr. Fetus, but it is what it is, and it's not what it isn't, and that is what those words mean. So I don't know why you're acting so surprised by this revelation. We got AAA battery, which isn't useful because I'm not really using the straw at all, but whatever. I forget what the straw does. I remember it damages you, and I think it gives you, like, a damage boost for the room. But I don't, like, we don't need that. the degree to which we don't need that is comical. Like, nobody has ever needed anything less than we need this straw right now. Like, can I donate this straw to a run in need for somebody else doing a live stream or a let's play of this game? We're getting so much money that we really don't need either. It's just like real capitalism. The rich get rich, and the poor get shot in the face by lasers. I think I lost the metaphor somewhere in there. Normally this would be a terrible boss fight to have right now, but because we're so ridiculously overpowered, it just doesn't matter. What do we got here? Yeah, I'll take both of these. Leviathan, which I think just gives you, like, a black heart and flying, which we already had, but it's fine. Honestly, the fact that we started this run with flying would make it good on its own. Like, you don't get, Dead Dove very often. It is a rare item. Partly because it shows up in a pool that mostly people kind of ignore because it's not, like, the other things in it are not very good. But, you know, I'm always happy to get one of the good angel items. You don't see them very often. Because the item pool is weighted down by a lot of garbage, and also, pardon me. Also, the rooms can just have, like, random crap in them instead of items. Do you want 2 white hearts and a penny instead of an item? Because angel rooms will hook you up. I think the only even, like, semi-reliable way to get angel items is to, like, you get something that rerolls items. I'm not picking that up. Not with this one. And you get, like, you fight the angel statues and then reroll the key pieces. That is the liver. And, Greed's head. Head of the keeper, sorry. I didn't realize these spiders were here. But, yeah, I'll take raw liver. Use that to fuel more devil deals in the nearish future. We can get going now, honestly. And yeah, this, like, is the rare room where I think that Book of Sin is or the rare run, rather, where I think that Book of Sin is a significantly better item than the straw. That's not true of most runs, statistically. If you run the numbers, you'll find that it's not. And we got a guaranteed deal with the devil on this floor, because we have the Joker card. Le Joker. I don't know why saying that made me think of the 2000s Teen Titans cartoon. You guys ever watch that? I say to the nobody in my chat because, again, it is a Tuesday afternoon and there's not many people around right now. But the mid 2000s Teen Titans cartoon was pretty good. Like, I enjoyed it as a youngin' at least. I don't know how well it holds up. I haven't seen any of it in, like, years. Partly because it got cannibalized for that Teen Titans Go show that I don't really care for. It was one of those things where I feel like I have to be careful how I express my dislike of it because, like, shitty people on the internet go way over the top on disliking it. But I genuinely don't like it very much. Yeah, just take it. just say that you want money and go. But, yeah, that was a pretty solid show from what I remember. A lot of, like, decent plot arcs. I think each of the main characters had a season to themselves, basically, except for Starfire. I think she got kind of shafted. Like, they did her arc, like, in episodes scattered throughout the other seasons, I think. Because there was that whole ongoing thing with her sister Blackfire, who I sort of majorly had a crush on as a child, but if you know anything about me, that is not even remotely surprising. I'm gonna leave the left hand, honestly. I don't really want it. We should motor to the boss room, honestly. Like, we're not gonna get the item room on this floor, but getting the boss rush room is significantly more valuable. But, yeah, like, what order did it go in? It was like, Robin's arc was the first season, when they introduced, Slade, who was a retool of an old DC Comics villain called Deathstroke the Terminator, who was like a well, he was a Terminator. What is this thing? I'm gonna pick it up with the full knowledge that it might well ruin my run. Flatstone. Skipping tiers. Fascinating. What you got for me? Just bombs, basically. That's fine. Pheromones is not useful. Let's go down to the next board. But yeah, it went like Robin, and then I think the second season was Raven, which that was my favorite of them to my recollection because I really liked Raven as a character. I still really do like Raven as a character. There was a reboot of comic a few years ago that I really liked, and then I think unfortunately it got canceled because it didn't sell very well. The Void, yeah, okay. I mean, shit, at this point, why not? Yeah, so that sucks. Why did I do that? That's my only that's like my only enemy at this point is myself. Just need to, like, pay a modicum of attention. This is actually a good item. Although, actually, when we have the Void, this is probably better, so never mind. Yeah, it went like Robin, Raven, Cyborg had that whole arc of brother blood dude, and then there was Beast Boy's arc. There's that whole thing about Terra squeezed in there somewhere too, but I don't recall quite exactly how that fit in. The last episode of the show was about that too. It had a really weird ending for a like mainstream kids cartoon from that era. It was like God, what the fuck was it? Because the whole thing with Tara was like she was actually secretly a double agent for Slade. At least after a certain point, and like she got petrified by her own power. And then the last episode of the show, she seemed to be like alive and well, but just kind of living a normal life as a high school student nearby, and like. But she didn't remember anything, or at least she claimed to not remember anything about her time as a superheroine and then supervillain. It was just a very like weirdly arty way to end a pretty like standard action cartoon from that time period. Not to disrespect it, like I said, I like that show quite a bit as a kid. I have a feeling that the Justice League series probably holds up a little bit better. Which, the fact that they couldn't ever, like, do anything with those two shows together is a crime, and a result of, from what I remember, a bunch of, like, stupid industry politics. But it just goes that way sometimes, Daniel. It just goes that way. Small rock, yeah. We have, like, an actually stupid amount of damage. Like, this is... Like, if I had an actual series of this game, I would put this one up with the title, like, My Most Overpowered Run Ever? And then, like, question mark, exclamation point, and then the thumbnail would be, like, me screaming. I could go for that, but like, why? Oh, that's bad. That's real bad. Thankfully, we only can get hit once. That's like the one thing is our pill rotation is a little mediocre, but who cares? We really do not want that pill with cross bombs. Are there things that could make this run better? Yes, like brimstone and the ipecac syrup could do it, but like you know, like any damage upgrade, Sacred Heart, fucking Godhead, and all that. But like, again, why? Like, we want for nothing. We are a perfect being. You may not like it, but this is what the peak of arcane power looks like. Is it magic in Isaac? Like, I assume so. I guess I've just never really thought about it. Isaac's lore is very weird. The Yara rune. Why not? I really thought we'd be able to one-shot Mom's Heart. But it's okay that we can't. I'm not gonna do the Hush, because that whole thing is, like, ill-conceived in my opinion. But, that's just what I think, man. I want to do this to possibly get some hearts, so sure. Hello, Sonia, how are ya? Just I think that's you. I kind of can't read your name very well. The font and color together are making it a little bit difficult to parse. Okay, hello. I was right, and I shouldn't have worried about it. I have been rambling to myself about the mid-2000s Teen Titans cartoon for like the past 10 minutes. Friends to the End is okay. Because it's a Tuesday afternoon, so not many people are here, so I've just been kind of riffing off myself. For once, I'm streaming at an awake time for you. Yeah, Europe is far from Chicago. Time zone differences. But yeah, well, I'm glad you're here. I might actually die just because I'm being careless. That would be so embarrassing. No, don't lose the Isaac run. Haha, you're so sexy. Anybody? Anybody? No? I don't. It might be like the Balls of Steel. It's not. I'm terrified. Fuck. We took like 5 hits in the past minute, and like suddenly what looked like a deadlock is now not. So I'm gonna revise my earlier statement that this run wants for nothing and that we are a perfect being, and say that I could really, really use like any kind of health. Okay, that is something. We need to keep track of these hearts. And if we end a room and we're down one, we need to not be scared of getting them. It's not just Bomb Shot, I also have Bomberman and the Flat Stone. So, like, they're going off at like 1,000,000 miles per hour, and the shot and the explosions are enormous. Yep, that's gonna happen sometimes. Okay, well, there's a half heart. Just give me the light, Sean Paul. I need to know which one is gonna catch my flow. Let's get it. Mr. West is in the building. I don't know why I'm quoting random rap songs from the 2000s. Pardon me, sir, that's my coping quotation of a Kanye West song. I used to like Kanye West. What happened to him, man? It's a shame how he, like, fell off the earth. I don't know who the hell I'm talking to when I say man. Just, like, the ether that is, like, the combined id of Twitch and YouTube. Yeah, that's gonna be... I don't know why I brought up the floor to be like, yeah, we're on the cathedral. No, it's like, I wasn't worried about it. It's just like, I poke fun at my own speech patterns sometimes because they don't make any sense. Especially when I'm streaming by myself. That's like a Neverland. That's what I meant to say. The Netherlands are a place in Europe. We use the Dublin rule. Please. Okay, well, yes. 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 I'm eating the rest of you. Help. I don't know what this does. It's one of those items I've only ever gotten like twice. Fucking... We could have had it all, rolling in the deep. Fucking hell. Oh, that sucks. I'm gonna do another Eden run in a second here, but I'm gonna go get something to drink because I'm running out of water. I'll be right back. Hang tight, don't go nowhere. Actually, wait, I have like a be right back screen, don't I? Yeah, dude, Trey made this for me. It's very nice. I really like the Magic Planet Live cards. I wish I got a chance to use them more. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Back at it again. Now I'm back at it again. Krispy Kreme. By which I mean, like, this chair. Just gonna... Yeah. Stupid fucking soundboard app that I never remember I own. Alrighty. Let's get back into things. I know how this game is, and it is controlled by a malevolent intelligence. So what is going to happen is I'm now going to get a very bad run. Is this yes, buddy in a box. Okay, well Guppy's head is actually a pretty solid starting item. The scapular's pretty decent as well, I think. I forget actually what it does. I have Kitty. That's a perfect run. Yes, I suppose that's true. I would like to become Kitty. Then it would truly be like an actually really good run. Guppy is still probably the most powerful transformation in the game. The counterfeit petty is not a bad trinket either. The fact that we are on a XL, ooh, that's the target, and I hate that item. So, well, you can't win them all. But the fact that we are on an XL floor is troubling, because it means if we take any red heart damage, we're gonna lose access to devil deals for the foreseeable future, and we only have a 1 heart buffer. Hopefully that will not be a major going concern. But the mact of the fatter is that you never know. Yes, I know what I just said. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Don't give me a little colon you mouth. Colon V, colon V, colon V. XD, XD, yeah, etc. I think yeah is Spanish. Portuguese? I'm not sure. I need to get better at identifying laughter in other languages. I don't actually, but like I would like to. It would be a like rarely ever useful, but like fun to have skill. Which is what I think about a lot of things. Like I really, when I was in high school, hon. Yes. Ooh. No, I do not like that item. Okay, we got baddies, but we got good items also. We need to remember that we're going to get a hard up when we go downstairs. We got the Eye of Belial and the black robes, both of which are very good. I think we should just bounce. Hon, baguette, Eiffel Tower, etc., etc. Wow, we're large. What is this buddy a reference to? I really like that. That's really cute. He's like a little, like, latchkey kid with anime hair. I'm into it. We should do this room, actually. What you got for me? Okay, well we got Hammy's head, which is not particularly useful for us, but I guess we can get it out of the rotation at least. And a card, the Emperor. Also not super useful. But we didn't take any damage, so no love lost. And also no skin off my bones in a very literal sense. Bob's rotten head. How dare you, frankly. In the midnight hour, they're gonna shoot your Belial tears. I wonder when the expansion is coming out. I don't know how common this knowledge is outside of like the remaining diehard Isaac community, but there is a new official expansion coming out, which I think is basically just the old mod Anti-Birth, but like official and with some extra stuff on top. And now it like runs for real. Why did I even come in here? I have like negative sense, which is not actually a thing in this game. I didn't realize it was still in development. Well, it's like I don't think the original, like I don't think Edmund McMillan works on it anymore. Like I think they basically handed development off to the Anti-Birth team, which kind of strikes me as like a little sketchy, but you know, what can I say? I don't know the insides. I don't know the inside details, and I imagine Ed had to like at least sign off on it. Not that I think Edmund McMillan is some like great auteur, but it is a little odd. What makes you larger is an okay pill. That's how I would describe it. So, contrary to my predictions, we've actually got like a pretty solid run going on here again. It's obviously not as good as our last one, where we just blew through everything like it was made out of tissue paper, but like, still pretty solid. Ooh, a Krampus fight. He's here to ruin Christmas and stuff us in a bag. I feel like the Krampus needs to become like a symbol of like, I like Christmas, but not the capitalistic, materialistic aspects of it. Because he's like the anti-Santa Claus. If that is actually literally what he is. It's the kitty? Is Krampus a kitty? I wouldn't describe him as a kitty. He's more like a goat man. Unless you're referring to something else, in which case, I apologize. Santa altar. Oh, okay, yeah. Me saying the run is good. The kitty is a good luck charm. Guppy's head is also just like a solid item. Blue flat. He's a... The buddy in a box has become a G-man. There's so many buddies that you can get from buddy in a box. Like, it's kind of crazy. I like them. They're cute. It's not a great item, but I like taking it when it shows up, just because I'm always like, huh, I bet that's a reference to something. Oh, this one's got bouncy tears. Ugh. Chest hurts. I did some heavy lifting today because I did all of my laundry, which I had been putting off for a while. So I had like this fucking huge gym bag of clothes that I was lugging around down to the laundry compound, which is not directly on site. It's like down the street. It's not too far away, but still. Am I doing better now? As far as like being sick, yeah, I think I'm pretty much on the tail end of that. I still feel a little icky, but like, I'll live. Of course, if that's not what you mean, then I apologize for sounding like a foolish. Okay, got my gilded heart. You would have to pay me money to get me to listen to In My Defense. Not to always turn this into the bad rap music podcast, but you know. Do you think T.I. ever, like, lays awake at night being like, what have I done? About that specifically. He might do that about other things. Am I alone right now? Yeah, this is just like a thing that I felt like doing. Just sort of because. You heard one Iggy EP and it was pretty good. Well... I mean, everybody... Okay, well, I don't know if a 5 out of 10 is pretty good. That's, like, literally definitionally average. But, you know, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Is the thing that I say to avoid acknowledging that I think that some opinions are strange, but, you know, that's just part of living in a society, and as you know, we live in a... Heard New Rhapsody. No, it is on my, my to-listen list, though. The short list. I actually could have listened to it today, and I didn't, which makes me feel like a schmuck. But I'll get around to it. Sometime within the next week, most likely. I try not to push myself to listen to new albums right away. I said myself there, which, you know, occasionally I pretend to be full of myself, but not so much that I'm using a royal we. But yeah, I try not to push myself to listen to new albums like right away, because then I find like I get this like sort of like, oh, that was it feeling, even if the music is actually very good. Power walk into Spike. Yeah, well, I'm reading your comments, so bleh. Got me all distracted. My Little Unicorn. Can I get another, please, sir? Sagittarius is okay, I think. Yeah, penetrative shot is like... Wait, we already have Aya Belial. That's fucking completely redundant. Alright. Are you a brony? No. Like, I've been into my, my fair share of embarrassing stuff over the years. And I'm saying that from the perspective of somebody that is, like, partly employed as an anime critic for a website. But My Little Pony is not one of those things. Listen. No, it's not anecdote time, actually. Like, it's not funny embarrassing, just like fucking used to be really into like web novels nobody has heard of. Anybody remember Sailor Nothing? That's a classic of its genre. The answer is no, because I think everybody currently at this stream, other than myself, is younger than me, and that thing was written in 2000. I used to know the author, actually. Like, decent guy, from what I remember, but I would not recommend his books. That's not fair. Maybe he's... God damn it, I did it again. Maybe he's improved as an author in the, you know, almost 20 years, oh god, oh fuck, since 2000. Power Walk. If I titled MPL Stream VODs, I would call this one Power Walk. Maybe I should start doing that. I was trying to fit, like, what games I played into the description, but, like, I don't think anybody cares, really. So, like, why not give them titles? I give all the Shapes and Forms VODs titles. Usually ones that make little to no sense. Neferpitou was a good one. That one was because that character, who was from an anime that I've never seen, came up at the end of the show. That one actually has an explanation. Most of them do not. Let me see. Spirit Heart. Yes. Blue Candle. I think Guppy's Head and Blue Candle are about, like, the exact same power tier. I will take the Charged Baby. I'll drop a couple cents in the machine. Yeah, you know. It is what it is. There's plenty of classic anime I've never seen. You know. We'll get around to someday, maybe, but I don't rush myself to watch things just because they're well regarded. I have no doubt that those things are, like, pretty good. It's just, you know, if you make yourself watch something, you tend to end up not liking it. Although I say that, but I did end up mostly liking Madoka, so I don't know. Hunter x Hunter is ass. Aren't there actually 2 Hunter x Hunter anime? There was like one from the 90s too. Right? Or like the early 2000s? It had that thing that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure also did. Ass is pretty cool. Big Sean would like to know your location. Don't horny post. Yeah, Marone gets enough of that on fucking Analyst. I posted that stupid page from that one comic the other day, and somebody replied to it and was like, "Oh, thanks, I'm going to masturbate to this." And I was like, "Thanks, bud. I really didn't need to know that, but you do you." No, Marong, I don't mean that you do it. I mean that, like, everybody else on the site does it, and you have to endure it. Anybody hankering for some dank Sims 4 news? It's a cursed site. Every website is cursed. That's the secret. Especially this one. You guys remember when Dr. Disrespect streamed from the bathroom at E3 and got kicked out of the convention? Epic gamer moment. The blue map, which does me no good at all because I have the Curse of the Blind on this level, but, you know. Marone, I am going to end your life. Ironically. The locusts are very good, so I will take this one. God damn it, I forgot. He's Gen Z. He's immune to that threat. I will break your electronics. Boomer Kryptonite. Isn't that band that covered Boys in the Hood? This is not a joke for anybody. What up? Hey, fuck you. I gotta, like, either have some kind of conversational thread running or crack stupid jokes. Nobody's watching this for the top level gameplay, I'll tell you that much. I am lost. I didn't mean to do that. Hell yeah, the mysterious paper. talk about good Yuri shows, those are a myth. You either get no actual romance, or you get fucking terrible quality storytelling. Marone is someone I met on Reddit. They're from the hip hop subreddit. Although I don't know if they post there anymore. I do, because I hate myself, but, you know, people talk to people arguing 500 times a day about whether Brockhampton are overrated or not. You respond to me regular? You changed your account name, so I don't recognize you no more. Pal and Banner I recognize still, because they got the same username, but you stopped using the Watashi wa Marone account. Your epic posting style? Look, all posting styles are epic in their own way. But, yeah, it's a subreddit. I probably spend more, actually, no, I definitely spend more time on that place than I do actually listening to rap music, which is a depressing thought, but again, you know, old habits die hard. And then sometimes I just don't go there for like 2 straight months, you know. It's just how things are on this bitch of an earth. Hey, ghosts, can you stop? You don't go there anymore because people don't argue. Oh, no, yeah, I completely feel that, actually. It's just, like, people, like, if there's any argument at all, it's always just, like, weird strawmans about the fan base, as though, like, 90% of the people on that subreddit are not also white suburbanites. Is very silly. Like, I didn't really like Ginger either, but, you know, we don't need to be rude. Yeah, and it's, like, even weirder. I fucking died. Two for two. How long have I been streaming for? Like an hour? I'd go for like another hour or so. Because I crypt walked into spikes 7 times. Look, you're not wrong, but you don't need to be rude about it. Ah, yes. My favorite item in the game. The Shoop-Da-Woo Blazer. It's amazing that this game has been in existence in some form for long enough that was, like, almost a current reference when the original came out. Not quite, but almost. Shoop-Da-Whoop existed before me. That's almost a lie? Or no, that's a lie, but that's almost true, is what I mean to say. But yeah, what I was going to say is that it's really weird to accuse a black artist of having a white fan base. It's, like, I don't know. I don't know if I'd call it racist per se, but it's definitely in the same ballpark at the very least. You know who listens to A$AP Rocky? Many people. He's very popular. Yeah, it, like, is any... Like, I think you'd have a harder time naming artists that have not had that complaint leveled against them on that subreddit. It's just, like, the go-to, I don't even want to use the term criticism, because it's really not one, but you know what I mean. is the go-to, like, gotcha. Occasionally I have interesting stuff happen, like, I was talking to Pal yesterday about fucking loaf music because I am 25 in body and 45 in spirit. Oh, you hear these kids out of New York? They rap just like the Wu-Tang Clan. I'm gonna take this. Oh. But, yeah, let's go down to the next one. Wu-Tang's fan base is so white. I think I actually did see, did see somebody say that once. Which is, like, insanity, because they're one of the most popular rap groups ever. But, again, you know, there's no arguing with these people. Yeah, alright. But, yeah. You notice how I say, but, yeah, when I, like, lose my train of thought? I get that from my fucking stepdad, and I hate it. You always say the same thing in that situation. I hate these weird worms that pop up unexpectedly, like the IRS when I refuse to pay my taxes. Look, I will power walk every day of my life, Shinji. Alright, this is a decent combo, I think, actually. We just need to be careful about range. Also, the fact that we got hit means we're not getting a devil deal, which, whoops. Well, I mean, we might still get one, but... Oh no. Oh god, oh fuck. Oh god, oh fuck. Okay. Have I read Masturbation Master Kurosawa? No. No, I have not. It's an interesting name for a series. I'm not actually entirely sure what hit me there. I guess the fly? It's good. I feel like I am being misled for comedic purposes. But perhaps it is simply one of those things that has a terrible title. Okay. I mean, that's fair. Some things are good, but the titles are not. Might be about to just flex on the haters by dying to Monstro. Yeah, okay. You know, fuck this game sometimes, but also fuck me, because it's me that's bad at it, not the game. I do a baby run with Apollyon, because I apparently cannot be trusted.
Feels like I'm walking on sunshine.
With actual difficult characters. And if I die again, I may rage quit into the sun. Feels like walking on spikes. Do we want to do the big room? Like, no? We might have to? Yeah, we gotta get to do that to get to the item room, because life isn't fair. I don't even understand Apollyon's whole deal. He's like made out of stone or something, and is a demon. I don't get it. The lore for this game, as I said a little bit ago, is confusing. Pick my GF. I have, like, an actual one of those. No. I got a luck and range upgrade. Unsubbed. I'm not relatable to the gaming crowd because I have a girlfriend, it's true. I am in fact playing this game on her computer because one of the advantages of dating someone is that you can use their stuff sometimes. And y'all do not want me to be streaming off of my laptop. I did that for like a while and it sucked a lot. Why? Brain, please pay attention to the videogam. Try to not die to Monstro twice in a row. It does help that I don't have to, like, literally get right in his... Well, I was gonna say right in his face, but he's kind of all face. I have to get right up on him in order to hit him when I don't have a number 1 or whatever that item's called. You know, the piss item. It's a cat of nine tails. That's like a decent item, I think. Yeah. Now you may notice we have no buffer. This is tragic. Because it means that if we are hit, we will be denied a chance at making a pact with Satan for powerful items. Which is one of the primary routes to success in this video game. Something that I hope Repentance fixes, actually, is I would like them to make it more worthwhile to do angel rooms, like, ever. Because, as it is, they are strictly worse than devil rooms the vast majority of the time. That's key. That's key, everybody. That's key. Yeah, like, I'm just gonna eat this, I guess. I cannot think of a situation in which we will want to burst open a door with that, instead of just using the Void's other functions, but you never know, I suppose. Hey! A spirit heart. I would like a bomb. Bomb would make me very happy right now. Got the Akane and Rika stuff as my wallpaper, and it's gamer. You know, I won't argue with you on that point. That is, in fact, pretty gamer. I didn't realize this hole opened. Oh hey, 2 bombs. Gridman was a good series. Well, SSSS got Gridman. I've never seen the original Tokusatsu show. Was it good? I thought so. I don't know if you would, but I enjoyed it a lot. I'm a sucker for that, like, it's an action series, but also there's some kind of, like, high concept going on sort of thing. This kind of triggers bread and butter, and it was the director's first full-length show, I think. It was the guy that previously did Inferno Cop and some of their other short stuff, I think. But, It was his first like full-length TV series. I really enjoyed it. Reminds me that I gotta see Promare at some point. Promare? I don't know how you're supposed to say it. Promare? I mean, there is an element of that kind of thing in there. If that's what you're looking for. It's not my favorite part of the show, but it is there. Professional female horse? Pardon? I'm a little confused. Anyway, we got the balance and we got Judas's shadow. We will probably die on the next floor, but it won't matter because we have Judas's shadow. Now, if we die twice, that'll be a problem, obviously. That's how you pronounce Promare. I think you're pulling my leg, Inky. I think you're doing a funny. Mare. Promare. That just, like, doesn't sound right, though, because it's Japanese, right? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's, like, just a made-up word. I have no idea what Promare means, if it is a real word. Pronounced Fooly Cooly now? Done. Although when Toonami reran the series last year, some of the promos called it FLCL inexplicably. Because, and like double inexplicably, because not only is that like common piece of information, Steve Bloom was in the Fooly Cooly sequels. That Fooly Cooly, okay? Steve Bruh. Steve Bloom's a good guy, I think. Admittedly, I don't know a ton about the man beyond his work. He, like, owns a talent company now, I think, which is interesting. There's not very many of those for voice acting in the United States. You kind of just work with wherever you actually do the dubbing, usually, I believe. This is reminding me of that absolutely incredible clip of the Ocean Group dub of Sailor Moon I saw the other day. Hatsune Miku is the Beatles of the Tens. Should we tell him? Hold the R key for a special attack. I feel like I've heard this joke somewhere before. Can't place where though.
Tears down.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
Up.
You notice how in 2 out of 3 of those cases that was in fact not nice. I'm also not playing with the keyboard because I am a rebel who doesn't play by the rules. I actually don't know if Isaac is one of those games where people are always like, oh, you gotta use the keyboard. I actually could with the keyboard for this computer, but I just like the controller better. Isaac is easier on keyboard? I don't know about that. Like, maybe... I don't know. I can imagine some parts being easier on keyboard, but I like that you can just do like these weird little motions on the analog sticks. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Doing all kinds of circles. Check out the shop. That's the Lilith item that I forget the name of. I'm just gonna buy a spirit heart and leave. This is the content I'm following you for. Hey man, you're the one that clicked the follow button. Yeehaw. The insect. Oh, I didn't know that you could get both halves from a split heart. You need a safe haven to horny post. Might I suggest making a private Twitter for only your closest friends and companions? Well, alright then. Look, I'm just saying, my Twitch stream is not that. For multitude of reasons. Arrested for horny crimes. Y'all read Pop Team Epic? I do occasionally. That whole, like, trend of, like, weird, half-length comedy shows. It's one of those anime things that got really big in the 2010s that people don't talk about very often for some reason. Why did I take it? I could have just eaten it with the void. I'm a fool. But, like, Pop Team Epic is probably the most popular one, but you also got TQ, its many spin-offs, Himote House, fucking I My Me, and that has a spin-off too, I think. Aho Girl is that, but it's less, like, fucking weird than any of the other ones that I'm mentioning. Like, fucking Himote House is a work of art, and I My Me is... I don't even know if I'd call I My Me good. It's just weird. Surreal is a good word for it. It's probably like an actual Japanese name for the genre, but I'll be damned if I know what it is. Epic bomb placement. I said it so you don't have to. I have Manga Rec. Read everything that Dalman Simon has ever printed. Or written. He doesn't do the printing, probably. You know what I mean. I was kind of expecting the pill to turn into a battery, whatever. Not a battery, fly. It is a very good manga. His anthologies are also extremely good. His most recent anthology, Melancholia, like, just finished up, and that was, like, one of my favorite manga of the past couple of years. No, Pun Pun is a different guy. I forget his name. Pun Pun is somebody else. That's the same dude that did, fuck, what is it called? Dead Demons Destruction, or whatever the hell it's called. Cringe. Time to burn my Pun Pun volume. I think Voynich Hotel is the only thing he's written that's, like, legally available in the States. I think everything else you'd have to go to Manga Dex or something of that nature. Which I've heard that the Voynich Hotel translation, the official translation, is very good. I would never. Yeah, sure. But yeah, Voynich Hotel. Voynich Hotel is actually a decent place to start because it's like a single story, most of his work is anthologies, which people... Well, it depends on the person, but in my experience, people tend to be kind of not quite as hot on those. Although in the case of Melancholia, they are all connected. Is that also true for Nickelodeon? I think it is. Definitely not true of Death of Sex Instinct and the Hydrogen Bomb War, which is hentai, but you didn't hear that from me. Thanks for the pop-up, Grubhub. You guys can't see that, thankfully, but Grubhub just decided to tell me, while covering a not insignificant portion of the game screen, that they've got a deal running today, which I will not be, like, participating in because, you know, fuck the system. Danger charge. What is an anthology? It's many shorter stories instead of a single long one. Like The Twilight Zone is the classic example of, like, an anthology comic. Well... Yeah, alright. Oh! I thought I got all of those. That was stupid of me. Well, I mean, Holy Light's not a bad item. It's not one I would have ordinarily paid 3 keys for. But, you know, you only get what you give. Junji Ito would be anthology too. I actually have not read much of Ito's work, but I think he does anthologies. I know Uzumaki is one thing, but I think the rest of his stuff is anthology. I don't read a lot of straight up horror manga. I read like some stuff that's that mixed with something else, but I like, you know, I don't know. I'm kind of a weenie. I don't like horror, like straight horror very much. I think the closest thing I've read to a straight horror manga recently is Wakase Closet, which is like Lovecraft-inspired thing. That's also very good. Subana is another mangaka that doesn't get talked about very often, unfortunately. She makes really great stuff. Although I did like her comedy manga a little bit better, but Wakase Closet is also very good. Not admitting to reading Dojin. I didn't say I don't read Dojin. But, are most Dojins anthological? I guess they are. I've never really thought about that before. I'm not gonna recommend you porn! There's websites for that, man. I said Death of Sex Instinct is hentai, which is technically true, but I cannot imagine anyone reading it for that purpose. Because it is, if anything, weirder than the other stuff that he's written. There's Dojin recommendation sites? Yeah, and a list. People, like, put together lists and stuff. I am assuming you are meaning, like... Look, that's not my problem, that's your problem. There is no universe in which I will straight-facedly recommend pornography to a 17-year-old. This is not... That's not happening. Or any-facedly, honestly. But, like, you know, I'm also not an idiot, so I know that I can't, like, make you not, even if I wanted to. But there are places on the internet where people discuss these things. The stream is just not one of them. Can I return to you in 2 months? Yes. Not trying to get canceled. Lose all 12 of my Twitch followers. better get my list started. Now listen. Can and will. They're two different things. But, also, technically speaking, Dojin is just like any manga that doesn't run in a magazine. So, like, a lot of perfectly innocent stuff is Dojin. And I'm not saying that like wink wink, I mean like actually. I know, I'm just saying. Term technically has broader meaning than that. No, Inky, that's what he was asking for. I'm saying don't because I'm not trying to get, like, destroyed by either people with too much time on their hands or karma. But, oh hey, the mind. This is a good item. Also, yeah, that's another thing, like, I don't really catalog my habits for that. Like, in all seriousness, I'm sure some people do. I've just never really felt the need to. But we are veering too close to the Forbidden Zone. So I'm just going to talk about this run right now, which is going decently, but good God, can I get, like, some hearts? Well, literally don't need the compass because I have a mind already. I forgot that the mind gives you Galaxy Brain. That's very good. I like that detail. Click. Wow. How y'all doing today? I did my laundry today. That's the kind of thrilling, exciting day I've had. I did my laundry and I went to Taco Bell. Oh yes, you're right. That is the highest art form. Toho Doujinshi is like a fucking genre unto itself. You want a doujin recommendation that won't get me in trouble? Anything by Amamiya. Wait, no. Inky, who's the Russian dude that makes those like really fucking weird Toho things? Is that Amamiya Telegraph or is that somebody else? Sets is not who I'm thinking of. Sets is finished. Sets' stuff is good too, though. That's not familiar. I know who knows. Hold up. This horror specs online. Let's find out. He is not online. Alright, well, swing and a miss. If he gets back to me, I'll update. Also, every Toho game is like an 11 out of 10. Go play them. Stream canceled. The only production values this show has ever had are the title cards that Trey makes for me. Is the Russian Doujin gay? No. They're, like, fucking wild cyberpunk things. They're really cool. But also extremely strange and very far removed from what Toho normally is. it's not Yuri, I really don't want to read it. I mean, fair enough. Somebody replied to me also saying Sets. Why do people think that Sets is Russian? Like, half the jokes in this comic are about how Finnish he is. Yeah, it's like a whole fucking thing. It's the one where they've got, like, Reimu quoting the interlude screens from Ikaruga. It's, like, the best thing ever. Sets's Russian doppelganger Nietz. No, it's fine, Bird. I'm just being silly. You didn't actually do anything wrong. Also, I'm glad I can provide an entertaining backdrop to your homework. Don't forget to comment, thanks for the company. I said this at the very start of the stream before anybody showed up, but between playing Isaac right now and getting Mario Maker soon, which I'm probably going to either stream or do videos on, or both, I am running a very real risk of just nicking Northern Lion's entire channel. Just like the entire programming lineup, top to bottom. Okay. We are on Necropolis 2. I want to visit this treasure room first. I would love to get, like, a win under my belt today. Would be great. Peachy keen, even. Yes, I said Peachy keen. What of it? Wow. That's... Wow. Amazing. Fantabulous. Stupendous. Probably only going to go for like another half hour or so. My shoulder is starting to hurt because... You know, earlier I said 25 in body, 45 in spirit. Starting to think that maybe 45 in spirit also. I'm running... Oh, I don't know. I don't remember things. Usually, just like in general. I have a terrible memory, honestly. Pick one or two for you. One. I feel like most people would go for two in that decision, so I chose to be contrarian for no reason. One, it's like a dream come true. Like a green. I'm good at singing. God, who was that song by? Is that a Brian McKnight original? I think it might be. Oh, we have an extensive floor here. I see. I've been coerced into being part of a social experiment. That's fine. I feel like generally speaking, if you ask people to pick a random number, they will gravitate toward one that feels random, even if it's not actually random. Like I think there's actually been studies on this. In fact, I'm almost certain that there have been. But, like, there's, like, a kind of perception bias about some numbers feel more random than others. You want to see which to watch between NGE or Utena. Fair enough. But, like, I'm on the subject now, so nah. Like they tend to gravitate toward the middle of the set, and if there's only 2 options, I feel like most people would go toward 2. Now, if you had 2 numbers that were like just in the middle of that amount of sets, I feel like you would get more varied responses. If you picked like 3 and 7 or something. Oh god, one of those was the Anarchist Cookbook. I shouldn't have done that. Well, just have to dodge the bombs whenever I use this, I guess. 6 or 9. Pick, bro. It's a funny joke. 420? I've outdone you. Checkmate. Zoomer posting. I need to get Cammy in here. I'll show you what Zoomer posting looks like. It's fucking just 8 trillion memes that make no sense in a row. No! That's a forbidden word. We don't say that. We don't use language like that around these parts. I don't think I've ever seen these guys before. No, ooh's fine. One of my co-hosts on Shapes and Forms says ooh sometimes. The Black Tooth. This is a good item, so I will take it. Technically it's a trinket, not an item, but whatever. Okay. Just, I can't just go. Okay. Well. Why do I hate fun? Well, I'm of the opinion that some nights is overrated. Da 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 da. I make that noise when I know that I've made a bad joke. But to be fair, most of my jokes are pretty bad. Marin, no. Templates like that are forbidden. I don't believe you. I don't believe that you're sorry. I feel like you are profoundly unsorry. Unrepentant. Sure, I'll take the speedball. Why did I come in here again? Those are both bad items that I don't want. It's more of a fursuit kind of thing. Shredney would be having a field day right now. Let's see here. Epic bomb placement. This is probably like the least powerful of the runs that we've gotten down this far. But, well, I was gonna say, but I feel like it's the one we have the best chance to win on. But then I immediately got hit by Lil Peep before I could even finish the thought. So maybe I will just shut up about that. Not in general, though, because watching a silent stream is boring in my humble indie bundle. IMHO. I did not click the pick your GF link. It's kind of difficult to do when I'm streaming. Describe its contents to me in excruciating detail. Don't actually do that. I actually thought that I had disabled links here because we had a problem like some time ago with somebody spamming stuff. We also had a person one time who really wanted me to lisp really hard into the microphone, which that was fucking weird. Seven anime girls in different school uniforms. Now see, I'm old enough where like that's a trap question. Like a question that someone asks you if they're trying to do a gotcha. No, I understand. But like, if they're in schoolgirl uniforms, they're like at least 5 or 6 years too young for me. Is what I'm getting at. Fuck you, boomer. Fair enough. Yeah, no, I understood what you meant, Inky, it's fine. But, yeah, that was weird. That was back when we used to do Nintendo Roulette stuff. Which I only don't do anymore because I, like, need to get, like, a USB stick or something to keep my copy of SNES 9X on. Is it? Assuming you mean the lisping request thing? Yeah, like, they were very obviously being like not cool about it. It was like maybe a half step removed from do you do feet pics or something like that. No, I do not do feet pics. You don't want to see my feet, trust me. Even if that was a thing that I were willing to do, I wouldn't be able to, because, you know. I don't know where I'm going with this tangent. I am afraid of digging myself a grave with it. Mostly I wish people would be, like, be normal on Twitch. Whenever we get, like, a random person in the chat that I don't know, it's always some bizarre thing. Like, I mean, there was that guy that ducked in earlier to tell me to hold R, which is, like, pretty trolling 101. But we've had some weird shit. Like, a couple months ago we had somebody come in and, like, tell me to denounce, like, another group of streamers for reasons. I don't remember what their actual request was. I'm probably gonna die again, aren't I? This is a very difficult room, and I have only one piece of health left. Well, I'm gonna call it at the end of this run, one way or the other. But I would like to get to the end of the run. I never thought I would say this, but thank you, little Chad. I do wish you had given me a full heart instead, but life is what life is. Why did I even come this way? The boss room is down. Well, I guess since I'm going this way, I might as well try to get to the secret rooms. Like, you 100% of the time? Fucking... God damn it. No, you know, we have fun here, but I appreciate people that actually like try to engage, and even if it's just conversations about silly nonsense, I prefer that to you know, lisp into the microphone or fucking go yell at these people I don't like. Anyway, that was Magic Planet Live, which is what I call all of my streams that are not Shapes and Forms. I don't really have anything to plug other than Shapes and Forms itself is having our 50th episode on Thursday. We're gonna do something, maybe. We might just do a regular show. I don't know. If you'd like to support the channel, there is links to do that below the viewing window, whether you are on Twitch Live or watching the VOD. Oh hey, I got an answer to the question about the Russian guy I was thinking of. Amayama Denshin, who was apparently not actually Russian and is just a Japanese person who was really into Russian things. So there you go. Look up his Toho books. They're fucking wild and bizarre. Also very violent. You know. Good thing to know going in. Anyway. That is that. I will see you guys around. Bye-bye.